What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And today, I think we got a little quirky SCP. I'm not too sure if it's going to be pretty powerful, or it might just be more mysterious. Who knows? This SCP is SCP-636, Elevator to Nowhere. So, one, I'm assuming it's going to be an elevator, and it might be going to like different dimensions, portals. Who knows? I think it might be similar to oh, what was that SCP? It was like the time traveling train. I reacted like way back, where the train comes in different timelines in the world. This might be the case, or it might be like on the opposite end of the spectrum, like different dimensions instead of timelines, like different alternate realities. Who knows? The thumbnail looked like there was like a lot of eyeballs on the elevator, so we're gonna find out what that's all about soon. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction and you guys are excited to see more in the future, please remember to smash that like button if you do enjoy the video, and also remember to smash the sub button, because like always, I make SCP content daily for you guys. So if you enjoy SCP videos and you like my reaction style, it's going to be a win-win and you won't regret it. And also remember to smash that sub button. I'm telling you guys, most of you guys are not smashing the sub button. You're watching the videos. We don't bite, bro. We're family. Like, come on, it's going to be a fun place to hang out. Come join and have a good time with us. So without all out the way, remember to turn on post notifications as well too, because most of the time I do multiple uploads a day frequently. So hate for you to miss a drop, because with YouTube, they usually don't promote certain videos even if you are subscribed. It's just how it works. So remember to smash that notification button. And now, without any further ado, let's get this show started. All right, SCP-636, Elevator to Nowhere. Let's go.
Subject A entered the elevator. The special unit sent from the Foundation waited in the hallway, approximately 10 meters away. They watched as the elevator doors closed, and Subject A disappeared from sight. The special unit waited 84 seconds, as requested by HQ.
84? Why not?
They proceeded to select the elevator button again. The machine hummed as the elevator rose, and then the doors opened to reveal nothing but empty air. Subject A had disappeared. Subject A was never found again. Welcome back to SCP Exposed.
Different timeline.
Today, we're
or dimension.
You Euclid class object SCP-636, also known as the Elevator to Nowhere. SCP-636 is a maintenance elevator at a hotel. The name of this hotel will hereby remain disclosed. The hotel, which will be referred to as Hotel X, has been officially condemned for supposed mold contamination to prevent further mishaps with SCP-636.
Mold, that's your excuse?
Hotel X has been fenced off to prevent unwanted intrusion, and staff members have been let off and moved to a separate hotel chain.
Dang.
A minimum of 2 armed undercover guards are to be posted at ground level, and any unauthorized individuals attempting to enter the building must be detained and questioned.
Why don't they just lock the building? Just lock the building. Why are you leaving this like open for any random person to, come through? You can save money on security. You don't need security because the building's locked. You probably just need one patrolling it during nighttime, because that's when shit might happen. Come on now.
Any experimentation on SCP-636 must only be performed with prior permission from at least 2 Level 3 personnel. Unlike the other elevators in the building, SCP-636 contains a magnetic card reader, which, when used with a specific card key, will cause the elevator to move to a 3rd sub-basement beneath the building. According to the building plan, there are only 2 sub-basements beneath the building, and the owner of the property was not even aware of an elevator with magnetic card access. Whenever any individual attempts to access this floor via SCP-636, the elevator appears to work normally.
Okay.
However, upon reaching the seemingly non-existent floor, all contents of the elevator, including any personnel or remote monitoring equipment, will disappear. The Foundation conducted an exploration of the elevator shaft itself, but this has yielded no useful information. While the shaft does extend to a 3rd sub-basement level, there are only blank walls at that depth, and video cameras placed within the shaft have shown no unusual activity where the elevator reaches the bottom.
Because it's probably like inside the elevator. That's what's going on with this SCP. You probably can't see it from the outside.
SCP-636 was first discovered by the Foundation on the 20th of October 2005. The elevator was brought to the Foundation's attention following the disappearance of 2 elevator mechanics during routine maintenance of the building's elevator systems. A two-man initial exploration team consisting of Agent Hans and Agent Waller was sent into SCP-636 and subsequently lost, after which the site was placed on lockdown and the owner and all witnesses given Class A amnestics. Current containment procedures were put into effect shortly afterward.
So they didn't have any plan going to the elevator? They just wanted to go in and just check it out? They probably had a plan, but it just wasn't talked about.
Procedures were put into effect shortly afterward. Additionally, SCP-636 has been reported to move down to the Level 3 subbasement on its own accord, even if it is not carrying any passengers. On these random trips down, SCP-636 sometimes returns to ground level with some anomalous objects. On the 18th of February 2006, SCP-636 was called to the bottom floor for approximately 6 minutes before returning to the ground floor.
Okay.
Upon its return, the fully disassembled parts of 2 helmet-mounted video cameras were found on the floor of the elevator car. Analysis of the components confirmed that they belonged to the members of the initial exploration team. Memory cards and recording media of the cameras were blank. It is noted that some traces of the team members' blood were found on the disassembled camera
So
parts.
they were probably killed.
On the 8th of March 2006, SCP-636 was called for approximately 2 minutes before returning to the ground floor. According to the testimony of the armed guards stationed at the ground floor, the elevator door opened to reveal hundreds of human eyeballs lining the walls of the elevator car.
What the heck?
The eyeballs tracked them for several seconds before the doors closed and the elevator was recalled to the bottom floor again.
Bro, this is crazy. This is like always hit and miss, it seems like. Where are these eyeballs coming from? I really hope they go in depth about, you know, if this is like from another dimension or if this is the same elevator or probably another elevator in another reality.
Elevator car was found empty afterward. On the 11th of March 2006, SCP-636 returned after 4 minutes and 17 seconds and contained approximately 11 kilograms of shredded Egyptian cotton fabric soaked with blood.
Okay, this got to be going from different timelines. It has to be. Egyptian scarf soaked with blood. Okay. Maybe it is about like different time. But an elevator in Egyptian... This is a tricky one. I'll be going in other dimensions. I'm going to go with that.
Analysis of the blood samples are inconclusive, as recovered DNA does not seem to match that of any known terrestrial animal. On the 15th of July 2007, SCP-636 returned after 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Upon opening, a naked and emaciated male, later identified as Agent Hans of the initial exploration team, began pounding on the buttons and screaming that he had to go back. Agent Hans managed to disarm and kill one armed guard and injure the other before returning back into SCP-636 and disappearing.
Bro! My man did not want to get rescued! What did he see on the other side for real? Yo. That shit brazy. Hold up, let's keep it going.
At this point, it was unknown precisely what the Level 3 sub-basement realm contained.
Damn, Hans.
Agent Hans' reaction seemed to suggest it is not a harmful realm, although his physical condition and behavior could suggest a loss of sanity. It is thus forbidden for any personnel to enter SCP-636 without permission. For some time, there was no further activity regarding SCP-636. It continued to be dormant for a period of 12 years, that is, until recent. On the 19th of September 2019, the elevator doors moved to the Level 3 sub-basement on its own accord. Prior to this time, movement within SCP-636 had solely been instigated by Foundation personnel and experimentation. Guards were shocked by this sudden movement and were told to stand by and be prepared for whatever may reappear upon the elevator's return to ground level.
Let's see if it's Hans.
SCP-636 lowered to the bottom level for approximately 2 hours and 48 minutes, a much longer period than previously recorded.
Jesus, yeah.
Upon return to ground level, the elevator doors opened to reveal a man dressed in unusual attire. It is noted that Agent Dixon, a former comrade of both Agent Hans and Agent Waller, was on security duty that day. The man stood in the elevator doors and stared out at the guards. The guards pointed their weapons at the man and were told to wait. The man was dressed in a red robe, which covered him from the collar to his feet. His hands were folded behind his back, and he wore a golden necklace around his neck that had a symbol of an eye on its chain. Security guards present at the scene recall feeling a flash of pain in their heads whenever they glanced at the eye necklace. The man was bald, and upon his forehead there was also a tattoo of an eye. The Foundation members claimed that whenever they looked at this eye tattoo, they did not experience a flash of pain as they did with the necklace, but rather a sense of ease that made them feel relaxed. The man stood there for several minutes in pure silence. Then he stepped out of the elevator and moved forward.
What is
It is
going on?
noted the elevator doors did not close. The man was asked by the security personnel to introduce himself. The man responded, claiming he was here to save them. As soon as the man spoke, Agent Dixon suddenly cried out in surprise. He recognized
That's
that
Hans!
voice as none other than Agent Waller, the man who had disappeared on the initial SCP-636 exploration mission all those years ago. Waller, is that really you? Agent Dixon called out. Agent Waller looked at Agent Dixon and did not seem to recognize him.
I'm here to save you,
he said instead.
What is on the
Agent
other
Dixon
side?
moved out from the protective barriers guarding him from SCP-636 and
Yo!
approached Agent Waller. It's been forever. Do you remember me? It's me, Dixon. The eye knows all.
The rain will come. The deal will show,
said Agent Waller. Agent Dixon halted in his step. He was being told by personnel back at Foundation HQ to ask Agent Waller as many questions as possible.
Yo.
Is it all right if I ask you a few questions? Dixon asked. Agent Waller didn't reply. Dixon cleared his throat and proceeded to ask the questions being relayed to him through his earpiece. Where did you come from?
I come from the other side. Nothing your weak mind can understand.
Weak minds.
Okay. Why are you here?
To give you a warning. The time will come when otherworldly beings will arrive, and you must make a choice. Do not listen to O5KK. He will doom you all.
O5KK?
Yes.
It is noted
O5KK?
that O5KK is currently in one of the highest positions at the Foundation. Where is Agent Hans? Asked Dixon.
So that's an agent? Is that like an employee of the SCP Foundation? Or is that an SCP? What?
That O5KK.
To O5KK. He will doom you all.
O5KK?
Yes.
It is noted that O5KK is currently in one of the highest positions at the Foundation.
Oh yeah, it's an
Where is
employee.
Agent Hans? Asked Dixon.
What?
I do not know who this is you speak of.
Our friend Waller, Hans, surely you remember. Dixon was asked to calm down and keep his emotions under control via comms.
Yo, it's about-
Can you elaborate on these otherworldly beings? What do they look like? Are they going to attack us?
The man you refer to as SCP-990 will know the answers to your questions.
990. I didn't cover that one yet. Bro, this is heavy. What is going on?
SCP-990? It is noted that Dixon was not aware of who SCP-990 was at the time. For those of you who are also unaware, SCP-990 is a man who has visited the dreams of Foundation personnel, offering advice and warnings of future tragedies. Dixon was asked to urge Agent Waller to join him and return to the Foundation for further analysis.
Bro.
Waller, it's time you come home. Let's go. Come on. Everyone's missed you so much. Agent Waller, or rather, the man formerly known
go?
as Agent Waller, shook his head.
Waller is gone.
What do you mean?
I must bid farewell. Take heed of the eye's warnings.
The man then turned around
Bro.
and re-entered the elevator. Personnel advised security guards to refrain from attacking or
Yeah, I
attempting to
wanna
capture
talk.
the man, due to the lack of knowledge of the man's physical capabilities. The doors closed once again, and SCP-636 returned to the bottom level.
Jesus.
When the elevator rose back to ground level 15 seconds later, it was empty. It is unknown what happened to Agent Waller.
Holy shit.
Security camera footage of the ordeal suggests it is indeed Agent Waller, as facial recognition has matched
For
him to
real,
the man
that's
in the
him.
elevator. But it appears clear that Waller's mind has been
they need new
brainwashed or
batteries.
tampered with. After the event, all security guards present claimed to have dreams of eyes and mysterious figures in red robes and woke up in sweats. This continued for a
Bro.
week. Then the dreams disappeared. SCP-636 is still under containment. For now, Foundation personnel can only wait for a reappearance of the former Agent Waller.
What the
or
heck?
another individual that can perhaps shed light on these supposedly dangerous otherworldly beings.
I wonder if it's going to take like even longer, because it was, it was like 12 years from the last incident of the person coming back. So I wonder if it's going to be like 25 years or something. Like, yo, this is nutty.
SCP-990 is also currently attempting to be contacted by personnel to ask about SCP-636's warnings. What do you think of that SCP case?
That was pretty cool, honestly. And now I want to react to SCP-990. It seems like an SCP that knows the future, basically, like a prophet who knows. It looks pretty interesting, because I'm a big fan of like lucid dreaming, like just dreams in general. So that'd be a pretty cool SCP to dive deep in soon. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. It was more deep than I expected. It seemed like it was a door to a lot of things that are soon to come with this world that they live in, this universe with the SCP Foundation. Seemed like this dude came to warn them about something big. Maybe it's, the Scarlet King. Maybe it's the Daybreak. Maybe that SCP. That was supposed to be a story and it hasn't happened yet. And if it does happen, the end of the world is near. Bro, this was a really good SCP. It's hard because we didn't find out if it was him going, the elevator going to different times or different dimensions whatsoever. We didn't even get any like confirmation about that. Personally, I think it's different dimensions, because he was saying this world you're in, he came to save these people in this world. So it's not different timelines. It has to be like a different dimension or world. So that's crazy. It's like a souped up version of the time machine train. So this was great. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Also remember to smash the sub button as well too. Join the family. I make content like this daily, and I'd love for you guys to join the party. And also remember to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Like always, I hope you guys all have a good day. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one. With